Yes, hello, Frode. So I saw one of your videos earlier, and this was a video, it was maybe 4 minutes or something, where it showed you running across the Antarctic and deserts and mountains and everything. It was pretty wild.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Wow.
It's people call it wild, but it's kind of like adventures for me. It's where you can are happy to see so much of the world as possible.
But can you give a little introduction about yourself, because I don't know if many people know who you are. So it would be cool for people to like, who is Frode?
Oh, yeah, he's a complex person. In 2012, I changed my life. It's kind of like I was vice president for a Nasdaq stock market company in the Nordic, and we also had this office in Dubai. So I was a lot of down there and travel around a lot, and I was eating and drinking with both hands out with investors and talking, and it was only business was talked about. And my wife got some heart problem, and then I went back and stayed at home to watch the kids. And then I realized that these investors, they wasn't interested in me and my family. They was only interested in the money and numbers. So then I realized that this is not what I want to do. I probably will not lay in the hospital dying and thinking that shit, I should use more time on the work. So then I looked at myself. I was 110 kilos, and I start training a little just to get fit. I wasn't thinking about the weight. That was actually something that was coming afterwards. So after a while, I got some challenge from people I was working with. They wanted me to join a race in Denmark, and I couldn't say no. But I asked them if they could join a race in Norway. And in Denmark there is no mountains, so I found a race that was going up on Galdhøpiggen, the highest point in Northern Europe, exactly. But then they pulled out one after one, and I could easily pull out of the race in Denmark because I was the biggest guy that actually was going in there. I didn't want to do this race in Denmark. So, but when everybody pulled out of this race in Norway, I was thinking, shit, I'm gonna do that. So I was the biggest guy who was going up this race in Norway, and when I got to the top, it was kind of like a very good feeling. And one of the guys was telling that he was going to Italy that summer to join a race on 7.9 kilometers down there. And I was thinking, oh, I want to join in that race. That looks quite cool. And I paid to get in this race. He fixed everything, and I was talking to family, and we was going down with holidays to Italy, and we were stopping in Davos to do this 7.9 kilometers, and I have a dyslexia, and the race was 79 kilometers. So but I come from the west coast of Norway, so I from Sunnmøre, we call it, and it's kind of like Scottish people. We don't waste money. So I was saying to myself, oh, I'm going to do this race. So that was my first long distance race. It was actually my second race at all. So it was 79 above the Alps and down. And after that, there was a guy again who was talking about multi-stage races in different kind of parts of the world. And I'm an easy guy, so I wasn't thinking straight, so I was saying, yeah, I want to join on that race. So it was 250 kilometers in Gobi deserts, and after that I've been running all the deserts, I've been running all mountains, I've been running against South Pole, and I've been running in North and in Greenland. I've been, it's been, the last international race was Iditarod, where I was running 596 kilometers non-stop with pulk and everything in it, and you have to survive yourself and make the best of it. So it's, I'm enjoying. It's kind of like when you participate in these races, you don't compete with against other people, or I don't do it, because you have enough thinking about yourself and the environment you fighting against. It's kind of like I love to go to the coldest, warmest, highest, and so on, because that's some challenge in the nature I like. And if people are better than me, then okay, it's no problem about that. It's but it's fun to be on the top in the world, and you about 50 years old.
But I have to point out, because I did some research before we did this webinar, and my husband was sitting next to me, or he was lying almost on his back next to me in the couch, and he's like complaining about all the aches in the bodies and everything, and he's 45 or something now, almost 40 or 46. And when you started, you weren't like, I was thinking when Kristen recommended you that you have been running all your life or something, and you started this when you were young, but it wasn't really, you're almost his age, right?
Yeah, I never been running like this before. Of course, when I was at kids school, I was running like ordinary Norwegians. We run 60 meters and 800 meters and things like that. But when I was young, to about 20s, beginning of 20s, I was doing taekwondo. It's kind of like karate from Korea, and I was in the national team, so I was pretty good on that one.